Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. I'm so excited today. We reached 1,000 subbies on my channel, and so I just want to tell you all thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. And I'm so glad to have all the subbies that I have so far, and thank you all for joining me each week as I craft. I love crafting along with you. So today I am going to be doing a project that was inspired by Roxy's weekly challenge, and I think it's week 43 that she's on. And I thought that these would work perfect for my Christmas journal that I am working on. And so I needed some journaling cards, some tags, and different things. So I have some collage that I made using the Christmas music, dictionary page, and just different pieces. And I've cut that up already, and we're going to be using that. So here's just one piece left over. But I've also cut some up, and we'll pull those out in just a moment. But I have this piece that I've had laying on my desk that I collaged just a neutral background when I was working. I think it was because of this, it's making me think it was my ocean journal, because this is from an ocean field guide. So what I'm going to do is cover up the ocean parts. There's one, just a few pieces. I'm going to cover it up with a piece from my kit that I'm using for this journal, and this is my kit that's in my Etsy shop. So the first Christmas journal that I'm doing this year is going to be the one that I created, and then I'm going to be using kits from other designers as well and make several more Christmas journals. So for this project though, I'm just going to cover these up with this paper so that it's more Christmassy, and then I am going to cut out some journaling cards and tags and different things, and we're going to kind of decorate them like Roxy, like Rachel did in Roxy's Creations. I always get that backwards. So we're going to, I always want to call her Roxy instead of Rachel. So we're going to do like she did in her weekly challenge and decorate them that way. But it may not be exactly the way she did hers, but I was inspired by what she did. So I think that's all that matters. Is I think that her purpose for her challenges is to just inspire us each week to craft and create something. And it doesn't have to be exactly like hers. And some weeks I do copy very close to hers because I want to do mine. I want mine to turn out so much like hers that you can do that as well. So there's no problem copying it, and because that's what her challenges are for. But at the same time, we can also add our own little twist to it. And I can even see my tearing ruler. It is almost see-through. So I have been working on my Christmas journal, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. And by the time this video comes out, you may have seen the journal. I'm not sure which order I am going to upload the videos. We'll see. But I've been having a lot of fun with my Christmas journal. And I'm almost done with it, but I do need some journaling cards and tags. And so I wanted to do some collaged ones. I love collage. As you know, if you have watched my channel any at all, you know that I love collage. So I think this is all I'm going to have to add. It's just a little bit here. I just wanted to, and this isn't, it's really neutral. This paper is. It's not crisp. It's Christmas on it, but it's neutral on this collage, the pieces that I'm using, so that I want a really neutral collage. And I want this one to have some journaling spots so that when you cut it apart, hopefully there'll be some journaling spots. So I got this one. I feel like it needs to go in 3, so let me add just a little bit more of this paper here. Let's add this guy. And you know, it's really not going to matter though now that I think about it, because I'm going to cut this collage apart. But for my eye, I just wanted to add one more. So let's just add one more and we'll see. And when we're making the tags, if we feel like we need more of the Christmas paper, we can always add it. So for this, I have downloaded some images from the Graphics Fairy. I have always wanted to have a membership at the Graphics Fairy, and I've never done it. So this week I did sign up for a premium membership just for 1 month, just so I could try it out and see if I actually use it, because I didn't want to sign up for a year and then not use it. But so far I absolutely love it. I love all the different things they have on there. So I probably will be getting a year's worth, but we will see. I'm going to see how much I use it for the whole month. I don't want to waste money either on things that just sit if I don't go back and use it. But there's so much on there, I think I will be using it quite a bit. Okay, I was just squaring it up a little bit. So now I have some measurements written down of some journaling cards that I need. I need some larger ones, so I want to cut the larger ones first. So I need one that is 6 by 5. Actually, it needs to be 6 tall. And then it needs to be 5 wide, now that I look at my paper correctly. So we'll just trim it down. And I can always use these on some other journaling pieces. So we have that one, and then I need a 3.5. Let's see what size this is. That's going to be perfect. We'll just trim the edge off just a little. Because these measurements don't have to be exact, but I did measure, so I was sure that it would fit the spot. So I need a 3.5 by 5. I'm going to save these, and I'll show you at the end what I'm going to do with them. Okay, and let's see. And then I need a 7 by 4.5. So let's do 4.5 wide. And then we'll do 7 tall. So these are some really large ones I need today. And then I need a 4 by 7. So let's see here, 7. And I'm going to have to back these. I have not backed any of these. I will have to back them with some tea stain paper or some sort of writing paper. So 7 by 4.5. Another one of those. No, I don't need another one of those. I need 7.5 by 3.5. That's what I needed. Okay, so there we go. There's some sizes that I needed, and we'll see how far we get. Okay, so I got to figure out which way I want to turn some of these. Let's work on this one. This one's almost a square. I do want to round the corners on it. But you know what? I'm going to wait till I back it to round the corners. So for this one, I'm going to pull out, let's see what I have here. Let me pull some of these things aside. So in Rachel's video, she was using some frames and some different frames that she had along with some images. So I have laid out some of my images to see. I could use this white frame here. I don't have the same frame she has, so I'm going to just use what I have. That's a Santa one. Or, let's see, I have this little girl here, I have a black frame, and I cut these out with some dies that I had, and this is just a basic die. You can find dies like this, shapes like this all over. So, I think several brands have these. And then we could do that. And put a little snowflake there. That's kind of cute, isn't it? And then maybe I could put a label. I've got some labels here that I've made, some Christmas labels. And I think I'll show in a video how I made those. So that one's just the snowflakes. And then we have this one. I kind of like that. I think that looks good. And then when I round the corners, I think all of that will look good. I think I'm going to pull her down just a little here. And that way when I round that corner it doesn't get into the label. And I like how that looks. So let's just add that to our journaling card. So let's add some glue here. I think it was about right here is where it was at. It doesn't have to be precise. And then this is a die cut that I have as well. It's just some snowflake die cuts. There we go. Now how am I going to pick that up? I'm not sure. And I'm just going to put that on the bottom corner there. Then I'm going to put the little girl, and I think I do want to ink around the little girl. Just slightly. So I've got a little ink left over where I was using my sponge here, and it's got ink in it, so I don't want to get any more because I'm just going to do it lightly. I think, anyways. Let's just set her there and see. I think that's very cute. So these images, I think I said before, this is one of the images from the Graphics Fairy. But actually this image is free on that site. So if I can link to the free ones, I will. But this one is a freebie on the site. That's what I love about the Graphics Fairy. They actually have freebies, so I have used some of their freebies through the years. So that's why I wanted to try the membership and see how that was. I've kind of got a little lopsided here, don't I? Have her over to the side, but I think it's still going to be okay. I'm just inking the edges there. Even that's brown, so it's not showing up, but it covers up the white where I cut the label out. And so I just wanted to cover that up. Okay, and then we're just going to put that there. And I want to round the corners and see what it looks like. So I'm just going ahead and round the corners, and then I can go back and clip them again once I put the backing on them. But the backing is nothing exciting about that, so I don't want to do that right now. I can go back and do that once I'm off camera. So let's just see how that looks with the small little round corners. And then I am going to get my ink pad out. And I'm using, like always, my soft suede. If it's not dark enough, I'll get out my chocolate chip. So let's just see. Yeah, because I don't want it really dark, because I'm not inking up this whole kit. Certain parts needed inking, but for the whole journal, I'm not inking every page. Okay, so I like how that turned out. That is a big journaling card, but it's going to go in a big spot. Okay, let's get this out of the way here. All right, so let's try the next one. We have a smaller one here. Let's work on the smaller one. And let's see, I have this little girl here. I've laid some of these out already, but her frame is fairly large, so that may not work on this one. But I have her, and she's from the Graphics Fairy as well. And I did have this little label to go with her. Let's see. Kind of like that. I had planned on her being on a bigger piece and putting the label up here, but I kind of like, I'll pull it down just a little and see here if the label would look better at the top. It actually may look better there. It kind of seems empty in here though, don't it? So I'm thinking like that. I like that. And so I do want to, do I want to make this a tag? No, I'm going to make this a journaling card. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to round the corners on it as well. Let's go ahead. I want to ink her up pretty good. But this is thinner paper. My other image that I used for this one, I'll leave it laying right here so you can see it, that I used for this one, it was on cardstock, but this one is, this one's on just, I think 32-pound paper, but it's still fairly thin, especially when you have it cut out like this. And what I did was I went on my, when I downloaded it, I went on the Silhouette and I just cut these out. But I'm not great with, well, I'll be honest with you, it takes time to set it up for images like this to be cut out. And so I was in a hurry and didn't want to take all the extra time. So it's not absolutely perfect cutting around the edges, but it's okay. So I'm just going to ink it. I'm trying to figure out something to lay it on so I don't, I'll just get a piece of scrap paper here that I've been working on. And let me just, I want to just rub the ink onto all the white edges for her. Don't want to get it too much on her, but on all the little white edges here. Okay, so that looks good. So now you don't even see the white edges where I didn't get the cuts around it perfect. So then we'll just add her to this little, she may look cute without the frame. I kind of like her with the frame though. The frames is really neat. Do I want to ink the frame? I think I do. So I'm just going to ink slightly around it. And I did cut it out on cardstock, but it's so thin that, you know, if you go to ink it, it's going to be very fragile. So let me just add her here. So I'm going to add the frame there. Then okay, we'll just add Got that in the center here. We'll just add her. Oops, got that little cap in the glue. Okay. Let's see where we're going to set her. Just right in there. I think that looks good. And I do think I'm going to just put the label right here beside her, so it's not so empty there. Here we go, and I just stamped this little label here, made it like this, and I may show in another video how I made these labels because they were a lot of fun to make, and I may make some more up. So let's just clip the edges just so we can see what it's going to look like. And we'll ink it real quick. There we go. I like that. I think that's very cute. I'm going to get a sip of drink. My throat is really dry today. My allergies are acting up. The leaves have began falling and the wind's blowing them everywhere. And when that happens, my allergies are a mess. So I hope you can bear with me. My voice keeps changing up and down and squeaking. But it's just from allergies. So we have a really big journaling card here. So what do I want to put on this one? I'm going to glue this down here. It's come loose. Okay, so I think, let's see here. I've got this little frame here that was left over from another project, but I think this is going to be too small for here. So I could put this, and then I have this little girl. Maybe do like that, and another little snowflake, and then maybe a Merry Christmas right in here. I think that's cute. I think that'd be really cute. So I do need to ink up my little label so you don't see the white. And any noise you hear in the background, my son is crafting as well. My 17-year-old is, and so you may hear the water running for him to wash his hands, and then earlier you could hear him sanding, so he's working on one of his projects. So now I'm going to just add this little frame. And like I said, this frame was left over for a project that I was working on, and a journal that I made, and I thought, I was going through the stuff just laid on my desk, and I thought this would be perfect for this project. Let me see how she's going to look right there. So I think I'm going to ink around her just slightly, not as much as I did the other one, but just slightly. Just the edges. And then I'll just attach her right there. Oops. Okay, I'll just stick her right here. I think that's good. She is so cute. Holding the little holly. I think that's what that is. I think that snowflake will look good right there with her too. And I've got snowflakes this color in the kit cut out of the same paper, so I thought that would bring it all together. And all of these I'm making right now will go in the, I'm planning on going in that journal, but some of the more, if we get more time to finish them all, I got some more I want to make that doesn't necessarily have to go in that journal. And so we'll just clip these. These are really coming together fast though, but I did prep ahead of time. I did the collage, you know, well, this is just a leftover collage that I had. And then I had already cut out the pieces for it. So I really wanted to get started on it, but I wanted to create these with you all and show you how I'm creating them, just in case you wanted to follow along. And so last night I had it all prepped, but I decided to wait till this morning so I could film it so you all could see it. So that one turned out cute, I think. And that says Merry Christmas. I don't know if you can see there or not. And so we have one more that I cut out of that scrap, and let's just glue this down. Sometimes when you cut these apart, pieces do come loose, and you just glue them down. Just get that glued down there. Okay. Like I said, I'll back them later. What do we want to add to this one? What about this little Santa here? And here's a little frame he might could fit on. I don't know, this one may be too long for him. Long and skinny, we'll see. So we've got Santa here. And all of these I'm doing about the same. I'm putting, oops, that's going to have to come off because it's bent backwards. Okay, so I'm putting, you know, the frame, the image, most of them's getting a label, and then, you know, a snowflake somewhere. I just kind of want to do them all similar. You don't have to do that. I don't know if he needs a snowflake or not. Just trying to look and see what else I could put with him. Maybe, let's see here. What about a tree with him? Kind of mix his up a little. No, that's too much. What else do I have over here? I've got several Christmas things over here. Holly Jolly. Maybe that's the label I want to use. So it says to from Holly Jolly. And actually, this Santa may go better with that label if I use that. I'm going to swap a few things around. Let's just see here. What if I do like that? And then we have the Holly Jolly. And I'm trying to see what else I have over here. Maybe we do this one, Merry Christmas. I like that one. And don't really want any lace with Santa. Just looking. That's left over from where I cut the frames out. I just want to see something here. How does that look if I put this on here? And then I put Santa. And then we do the Merry Christmas. I like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I keep adding my snowflakes, but I think that's cute. Did have a, just looking, I had some poinsettias. Let me see if I still have those close by. I don't know if I have any made up. I see the bits and pieces. I've got them mixed in with my fall leaves, but I made some. Thought I had glued some together though. Here's some glued together. What would that look like with him? It's a little bigger. I kind of like that. Even though it's a lot on one little card, I do like that. Okay, so I think I'm going to glue all that down, but I want to ink this Santa first and get some of those white edges gone. Okay, so let's just add this. got a little poinsettia. Do I want to ink it? Maybe so. That may help it some. I just love inking everything. That looked a little crooked, didn't it? There we go. Stick that, and I don't mind it hanging off the, since this is a tag, it can hang off of it. I think it'll be fine. Just put it about in there. Then we're going to add Santa. And he's going to hang off just a little as well. And then we're going to add this little Christmas label. I think that looks good. Just stick it right there. And I think I'm going to make this one a tag. Just going to cut the edges there, and then right here as well, and then I'll back it with some paper. But I think that makes a cool tag, and it's really really cute. So let's lay that with the rest. Let me see right here where we have them. So now I have some more laid aside that I'm going to be working on, and it's different bits and pieces that I've collaged in different things. So I want to make quite a few journaling cards. So this is just a piece of paper from the kit. And so what I've done is it's just lined. It's one of the pieces. It's cut out from one of the pieces of paper. It's not the actual piece of paper, but it's cut out and it has lines on it. So I thought that'd make a great journaling card. But I want to add just a little decoration to it. And so this one I cut out from a pack of paper that I had from Michael's. And so I'm using a variety in this one. I don't have a certain time period that this journal is going to be from. It's just going to have all kinds of Christmas stuff in it. So I thought that would make a cute little journaling card. And then I have cut this out from the same page, and I've gone ahead and round the corners. And I'm going to make it into a journaling card as well. I just want to ink the edges up. So then I have laid this out, and this is another little piece from a paper pack. I think this one might have come from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to just put that to decorate it, but I'm going to add just a little bit of fabric. And then I'll add some lace, and then I'm going to add this little typewriter that says Merry Christmas. And I'm not going to glue the fabric all the way down. What I'm going to do is just glue down the middle of it so that it can kind of be free on the edges. And then this one side will be glued down because, you know, the typewriter is going to be on it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here. And I'm just going to center that little piece of lace up. And that's just some lace that I've also used in the kit. So I want to kind of bring it all together this way. So I feel like if I use some of the same things on the journaling card, it'll all come together. There we go. So I think that'll make a cute journaling card. And you can journal all around there, but you also have the back to journal on. And I did that on cardstock. And then here's another tag, and it was from a collage, but it was just a piece. I had a big piece in the collage that was just a music sheet. It's Christmas music, and so I have gone ahead and cut out some for it too. And this is from just a paper pack that I had, and it was just a card in it, and so I just cut the boy and girl out of the card. And I've just put a piece of washi here when I was playing around with it. So some of these I was just playing around trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I was just thought we would decorate them together. Even though I've got a lot of this laid out, I thought it'd be fun for us to decorate them together, and maybe it'd give you some ideas of ways to decorate. I love watching others decorate things. It gives me ideas on ways to decorate things for my journal as well. I do want to put a snowflake, but I don't remember where the snowflake was supposed to go. Maybe it was supposed to go under him. Well, it may not be going there now. Maybe I'll just put part of it on and cut the other part off. We can do that. Okay, so I'm just going to put part of the snowflake here. Trim the rest off and let's see what it looks like. That'll be okay. And so then this will be a tag as well, and I can ink around it. I don't know that I'm going to stitch around any of these. I hadn't decided, but don't think I will. I haven't done a lot of stitching in this journal. Let's see, what else do I have over here that we could decorate? I still have this Santa I want to use, so let me see if I can find anything to put him on. Let's see what I have. Not sure I have anything for him. Let me close this a little bit. It's bubbling everywhere. I do have another piece of collage that I have made, and so I was thinking of just using this strip of cardstock that I had punched, and it's just scraps. These are scraps that I found or had left over where I was working on the journal, and so I thought I would just pull it all together and make some journaling cards. That way it uses up my scraps so I don't have so much on my desk. So I thought that would go good there. And I don't know if we need any fabric, any lace on it or not. I kind of like that lace there. So I'm going to add it. I think my glue bottle's about empty. I'm going to have to start a new bottle of glue. There we go. Just need to add some glue in there to kind of get it to lay down. Okay, so there we have that. And then I have these little words that I printed out from, I think this was on Creative Fabrica, and so I'll try to link to those as well. So I thought these were cute little Christmas words. It's a whole sheet of Christmas words. So there, we can decorate that up. So that's another little card ready to go. So I'm getting all this stuff cleared off my desk today, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the journaling cards inspired by Rachel, and then I also wanted to just get some of these things cleared off my desk, and I can use them in my journal too. So let's see here. This is another collage piece that I've cut down or had left over from the journal, and I thought this could just be this little bird here could be the focal point. And what if I just add another piece of scrap of this here, and then we could add, we might could even add a poinsettia on this one. Nope, wrong color. What about this little snowflake? I'm really into these snowflakes right now. Put F, put there, and then this was here. I think that'll be cute. So we're going to add it. These are just journaling cards, and so they don't have to be, every one of them don't have to be extravagant. You can do little simple things like this on them as well. I am looking for my sponge here to kind of darken up these edges. And I've got glue all over my fingers now that I've got out the Fabri-Tac. It has gotten all over me. Just going to add this here. So there we go. I think that's cute. And let's see what else I had laid out. I had another piece of card from the page from the kit, and it's just cardstock, and so I cut it down and made a little journaling card. And for this one, I had a frame left over. Let me remember why I cut that. What did I cut out of that? I honestly do not remember. It's got to be something. Oh, let's see if I don't have it handy. But it was just a die that I cut out that has little pockets. And so I thought it left up this little square piece, and I thought that would be so cute on the journaling card. You can still journal around it, inside it. And then here's a little fussy cut from some just paper pack from Michael's from last year. All my paper packs that I'm using are from that are from Michael's are all the ones from last year, but a lot of years you can still find very similar stuff if you didn't get the ones from last year. But I bought up a bunch last year, never got around to using them all, and so I'm trying to pull them into some of my projects this year because I really need to clear out some of these paper packs that I have. I have so many paper packs, and I don't think I'm ever going to use them all. So, and the crazy thing is I keep buying new paper packs because, you know, the companies come out with new stuff, and I find new things that I want to use. And so then I've really got into digitals as well. I think that's one reason I'm not using my paper packs as much as I once did, is because I have gotten into digitals so much, and I love digitals that because it's so easy to print them. It's so easy to print just what you want, and you don't have to keep it laying around. So I think that's one thing, and so I don't use my paper packs as much, so I'm trying to use them up. That is very simple, but I think it'll be okay to be simple. That will look cute on it too, the Merry Christmas. Here I go trying to add too much again, because it just needs to be simple. But there we go. I'm not sure that all of these are going to go in that journal. I'm just trying to clear up some of this Christmas stuff on my desk so I can move on to the next project and then make room on here. What do I have here? Let's see. There's just some paper. Just looking around to see what all I have laying on my desk. Oh, here's a collage piece I could use. And I'm thinking with this one of putting maybe the Rejoice right there. This is just a card from another. Like I said, all these are from old. Now this is a really old kit, and I think it was from Hobby Lobby, but it is years old. I've used this paper pack in a lot of projects. It was a very big book of cardstock. So I kind of like that on there. Or we could move it down a little, right in the center. And then maybe I don't know that it needs that, but I think I will add this. And I'm thinking of making this something in the book. I'm not sure. Thinking about adding this to the book instead of just letting it be a journaling card. But we'll see. When we go back to working on the journal in the next video, I will see if it works out. We'll see if it can. I just want to cover up some of those words. So I'm just going to put the snowflake there, and I do have more snowflakes. I could put one here. We have some large, how about a large one down here? How would that look? I like that. I love these snowflakes. I don't know what it is about this plaid and these snowflakes, but I love them. For some reason, I'm really liking them in this journal. Okay. Put that there, and when I put these down I have to use a paper towel because it just really gets glue everywhere. And I just got my page dirty. There we go. And then you can layer them like that too, but I'm not going to do that. And then I think one right in here because I feel like it needs 3. If I put 2, then I need 3, so I'm just going to do in 3s. There we go. So that does good. And these colors really go good with my paper, and I didn't plan it that way, but I think it does. So there we have this one. So I think we've about cleared out everything on my desk over here, working on those. And it's been about 45 minutes, so we're almost done. Here's another little piece that was just laying here. Let's see if we can turn it into a journaling card. We might could use Santa on it. I really want to use him in this journal, so let's see. We have this frame here, and we have Santa. This could be a tag, couldn't it? We could do Santa like that, and then pull him down to the bottom here. Let's put Santa down at the bottom, and if we cut that off as a tag, what could we put at the top with Santa? Let me see. Just going to dig around here. I have joy. I think I'll cut here, and it's I kind of like that. Let me ink around it and see. Kind of darken those edges up because it is a little bright for what we're doing. So what about that? Have joy. Okay, so I have this little poinsettia, and I think I'm just going to add it right in there too. But let's cut this down for a tag first so I can make sure everything's going to fit right. So I'm going to just go like this, and then I'm just going to flip it over. You know that I bought a, from We Are Merry Hippers, a tag maker. And I have never really used it. It just hit me when I was doing this. Here it is. You're supposed to make tags with it. And I always wind up just cutting my tags. I need to leave this on my desk so I can see it, and maybe I'll use it one day. I buy these things because I think, oh, it'll make life easier, and then I just don't use them. So it must not be making it too easy, is it? But I think it would be easier than trying to hold that little triangle. But just getting it out is my problem. If I put it away, then I just don't want to get it out. If I've got another way that I can do it without having to get it out. So maybe that's just laziness on my part. I don't know. And it was right above me, so I think part of it is I totally forget that I have it. I had forgotten really for weeks. Just now when I did that, I thought, you know what? I had something to make these into tags. Should I put him by himself and then with this, or should I put the frame? I really like the idea that Rachel had using the frames, so that's why I've been using them today. But honestly, I'm not sure if we need the frame with him or not. I think it's cute. I think it adds to it. I like it. It does add to it. So let's see here. I'm going to have to wipe this off again. It's bubbling out. And then put the lid on it. All my glue is going to dry out if I don't get the lids on. So let me just glue this frame. So I know I'm showing Christmas projects this week, and but I am going to go back to some fall projects. I'm just going to go back and forth because I still have some fall projects I want to do, and so I'm going to go back to some. They're not totally fall. They're going to use fall papers because I've already made them. I just haven't got everything uploaded yet. But they're going to use fall papers, but they can be used year-round. I love fall colors, and I like using fall colors throughout the year. So my house does still have some warm fall colors in it, but at one point it was a lot of fall colors. It was warm colors that you use year-round, and so fall really went good with my house. But I do have a few projects that can be used year-round, but that I want to do that has fall paper. And I'm still going to work on my gratitude journal in November, so you will be seeing some fall things then. But at the same time, I want to go ahead and get started on some Christmas projects. So I'm just going to mix it up. You'll see some fall, and then you'll see some Christmas. I'm not going to just totally switch over to Christmas yet. I probably will. I don't know when I'll switch over to Christmas totally. Probably just for the month of December, because I may add some fall things in. Well, I know all the way through Thanksgiving I'll add fall things in. Once Thanksgiving hits, normally by the time we have Thanksgiving, then I like to decorate for Christmas and switch over to Christmas, which I am going to start decorating my house, some rooms for Christmas now, before Thanksgiving, but after Halloween. By the time you see this, Halloween's going to be past, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'll be uploading this till next week. So there's another tag. So now I need to go through and just punch all the holes in my tags. But I am very happy because I have almost cleared up this So this is what I have left over here in this pile. So let's see what we could do here. I do have these 2 tags, so what if I don't know what to decorate this one with. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just, maybe I could add a little poinsettia, and then I could add a label of some sort. Here's a holly jolly. That might be cute. I'm not crazy about that. Let me see what I have. I have some lace here. Don't think that would go either. So these 2 I'll have to wait on. I'm not really sure what I want to do with them. So let's just let those sit aside for a second. And then I've got these pieces. And I told you at the beginning I would show you what I'm going to do with these. So let's do that. Let me show you what I'm going to do with these leftover scraps. I'm going to need a few more little pieces though. Let's see here. I'm looking to see if I got any more scraps over here. Christmas scraps. Here's a piece that's a scrap. Let's see here. There's a scrap I've been cutting out of. Just looking here. Oh, here's a scrap. This will be a good scrap. And here's a good scrap. Just some strips here. Okay, so let's just take some of these scraps and let me show you what we can do. So there's another little scrap we made. So this was some of the little scraps left over from our collage. So we can just take, and I like to keep index cards on my desk. And so what I do with them is I just take an index card and then I can attach the scraps to the index card. So let's see here. We could turn this one this way. That's going to be a big scrap on there. Now I do sometimes, okay, so when I'm using the index cards, if it's straight edges, then I just go with straight edges. So I'll just glue that on. I'm not going to get my paper trimmer out. I will glue it and then I can always just trim it off. Okay, so let's just see where to glue to. Almost down here, so we'll see. And then I'm going to use the rest of it anyway. But we'll just make some journaling cards on index cards. I like these. And I had never made these until last year. We had a swap. I did a swap and fingernails breaking there. That was glue one. And I was sent in my swap. The lady had made me index cards that she had collaged like this. And so I tried it, and it's addictive. So anytime I have scraps and I don't know what to do with them, or I'm just sitting here at my desk and just don't feel like really filming or don't feel like making a big project, then I just sit and take the scraps that's laying on my desk and I just collage them like this. And I have other projects that I do like it too, other small ones, but this is what I do with my larger pieces. So we're just going to, I think I want to cut that down. I don't think I want it that big. Let's see what else we have first. We could do this little piece and have it going like this. Some of these are too wide though, so I think I'm going to have to trim them down some. This one would be good. Yeah, that'd be great. So let's add some glue there. And you can just add the glue to the index card if you want, like this. That's what sometimes I do. This is just a fun little quick project. And so I'm just adding these. I really need to do this with my fall things as well. I've got so much on my desk I need to clear off. But I don't want to trash it. I don't want to put it up yet since it still is fall. So I didn't want to put it up for the year. Could add that one there. Or let me see here what we got. We could finish it up with this. But then we have that edge there. So I'm going to take and trim this down, and then I'm going to trim it down again. Just go right down the middle there, and then I will just glue it here. I don't have as many scraps as I normally have to do this. I'm going to have to keep looking around. We'll need some more bits and pieces, but we'll look. There's tons of stuff on my desk. I don't want to pull any fall ones into this one since I'm trying to go with the Christmas colors. but we've got some Christmas ones. We could trim this down. There we go. And then we just glue it right there like that, and then we can trim it off. And let's see how that looks. So let's just fill in this hole here. Actually, I'm going to put another piece of this. And then you can take, now a lot of times I just leave them like this. I don't add anything else to them. I just leave them collaged like this. But you could take and you could add a label, or you could add, like, this is a piece I cut out from a journal. Let me show you one more thing we could do. I had an idea. Actually, I may use these in other journals, upcoming journals. So I printed these out. And what if I took, let's just take the first one we come to. And I'm just going to take and trim around here. Let's add him to this card. So I may have lots of extra journaling cards for the next journal by doing this. And look at me, I'm making more scraps. Do you do that? You say, okay, I'm going to clean up my scraps on my desk, but then you get ideas and you start making more scraps, pulling out more things. So that might be cute to put him on there. Just got to figure out which side I want to put him on. Kind of like that maybe. And then a little Christmas label here. Or we could turn it like this and it could be a journaling card like that. Do I like it up and down? Or it could be a tag. Actually, you could cut the edges off and make it a tag. That may be what I do. Like a little label there. So I could turn like that. Okay, Susan, this is not supposed to be complicated. So let's just do it like that, like you first had it. So let's do it like this. And then we're going to put a little label here. And I like that. It's simple, but, or do I, okay. Or do I want to turn it this way? You can't just simply put him on there and be done. I don't have to put the label. I don't. Okay, I like it. It's cute. It is cute. Now you have to find your glue. Covered it up. So we'll make a couple of these. Let's use all these scraps up right here, and then we will, that way we'll make a couple there. I want to get the white edges off of that. Okay. There we go. I think it was about right here. Just gonna not stress it at all. And then we're just gonna add him. Not stressing it. We're just having fun. This is just a way to use up our scraps and also relax and have fun. Okay. And I think he goes good with these colors. I like that. I think that's cute. So let's make one more, and then maybe we'll call it a day once we make one more. So that one can go there. We're going to use big pieces this time. Just fill it up. And you could just cover your index card with glue and then just start attaching different bits and pieces. You could also collage these and not have the straight edges. But this is, like I said, this is what I like to do when I have a lot of straight edges. So I think I'm just going to add that there. So let's just add glue here. And we're going to add this like this. Like this. And then maybe like that. Let's trim it off so I can kind of see what it looks like. I gotta have an idea what it's looking like. And our little scraps are getting smaller. There we go. So let's see here, that glue is loose. So then we're just going to add that little strip there. What's loose here? Why is that loose? Oh, it's a page on top of a page. Just get that glued down. And then trim that off. And then when you trim that off, you could use it down here. But let's take this one and put it right here, I think. Or what we want to put. We could take, oh, here's a little piece. You could do like this. It would probably fit best like that. That'd be good. I'm just going to cover this whole bottom piece here because I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get that glue off of there though. So we're going to put this here. Is that how we had it? Yeah. And then this little bitty red piece here, we're going to attach it to the edge. I'm going to kind of put it, since this one's a little crooked, I'm going to put it up under it so that we don't have any white gaps showing through. There we go. And then we're going to trim it all off and see what it looks like. And then we're going to have to call this a day because this video has gotten a lot longer than I had planned. So that is just a way to use up your scraps. And so you kind of get the idea. That little piece is loose. I'm going to pull it. So you kind of get the idea of how you can use up your scraps. And so I want this little boy and girl here. So just going to take them right here. And we're going to add it to the page, to the journaling card. So hopefully you have gotten some ideas from this video and enjoyed watching this video. Or hopefully you've just crafted along with me. While I was crafting, you were creating too. And if you were, let me know below what you're working on right now. And if you didn't craft along, you just watched, still let me know what you're working on right now. Do you have any projects in the works right now? Or have you started all Christmas? Have you switched over to Christmas? Or do you plan on still doing some fall projects? I'd love to hear what you have going on as well. And so please share with me. I'd love to hear. I'd love to know. I love to see what everybody else is crafting. I love to hear about your crafting. I actually love Instagram for that reason. And you can find me on Instagram if you're interested. If you're on Instagram, you can find me there and follow me there. And I do try to follow back a lot of people that follow me. I don't always get around to it. And then some people that follow have private accounts, so I don't follow those back because if it's private, then I feel like they're wanting to keep it private. And so that's okay too if you have a private account. You can still follow me. But I love sharing what I'm making on there, and I love seeing what other people are making on there, though. That is what's so much fun about Instagram is everybody I follow, that's what they do, is they share their crafting, and I love to see that. It is, it's so much fun to see what everybody else is creating and get inspiration from others, and just, we all can just inspire each other and share our projects. And so if you do create any projects that I make and you want to, or using some of my products, then be sure to tag me on there. I'd love to see what you make. So I do love seeing everybody else's projects. I love Pinterest for that too. Pinterest, you can see a lot of crafts on there as well. I can get lost on Pinterest for hours though, but I tend to get on Pinterest when I can't sleep. That's when you'll find me on Pinterest, is when I can't sleep. Then I get on there just to see what all's on there. So here's another little journaling card. And I know I made these up and down, and I just realized you write this way, but it doesn't matter. You can turn it over right, and then you have, should I leave that one? I kind of like them rounded, so I'm just going to round all of these. So I hope that you have enjoyed following along with me today, and I hope that you are having a great week and that you have a great weekend. And well, actually, when I've put this up, I don't know if it'll be close to weekend or not. I'm actually filming on the weekend, so sometimes I say things like that, and hopefully you understand that when I'm filming, it's not the same day that the video actually comes out. But I do appreciate you watching and hanging out with me today, and thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.